Scotty, beam me up.
Oh. Smash. Get over here.
It is pointless to resist.
Episode 4 of the Geek Den. Here we are. We are recording this in 2 separate parts because Matt won't be able to join us for the Ray Rocket interview. He's got school. However, our good friend Bridget Schaefer will be joining us and sitting in with Ray Rocket.
Oh, that's okay, I guess.
Well, yeah.
She's awesome. You guys are in for a treat.
She's a good egg.
She is.
She's a good egg. But she made some Pennsylvania Dutch pie for science purposes.
Too.
Pie.
She has joined the ranks, too.
Yep, and she is in love. And she calls it pie,
Yep.
And it's awesome.
She said it wasn't pie, though. And so did you. I screenshotted all that shit.
I've always. Anyway.
We have a deal. If I get in the calendar, I'll admit to everybody that you're right, I'm wrong, you're smart, I'm not, you're very attractive, I'm not good looking at all.
All right, I got screenshots.
Yeah. They're photoshopped until this happens.
So we're going to get into a little bit of stuff here tonight. Matt just gave us a little lesson on D&D before we got on the air here.
You get a lesson too?
What?
I said you'll get a lesson too.
Oh, yeah. You're going to get a lesson.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to get awkward boners for everybody.
Yeah. They're the best.
They're only awkward till they're
man.
not.
Hey, man, at our age, it happens.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It
we're gonna
just
get into
means
a
I
little
have
stuff.
to pee.
Yep, we're going to talk about some music. We're going to talk about Terrifier.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
New classic horror film. A classic that's, 5 years old?
Yeah.
And it has saved modern horror.
Yeah, it really has. It's brought it back to where it's supposed to be.
I'll tell you what, I don't want to ruin the conversation because you guys are going to have it without me. Not a horror fan, normally. Not even a little bit. I know that the commentary I had last night was normal, smart-ass, stupid Canadian Matt, but as far as horror movies go, you got to get out and watch that, guys. Damn, is it good?
Yeah. You will be talking about it tonight because we're going to talk about it tonight.
Talking about it.
Oh,
tonight. My bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste anything now then.
Yeah. Well,
You're only
like I
missing
said,
a Ray Rocket. You're here for everything else.
yeah, man.
Well, I'm going to definitely miss that, and that sucks.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I got some thoughts on Terrifier.
Yeah, right on. But yeah, we're going to take a break before we get into all that stuff. But here we are with episode 4 of the Geek Den. We're just rolling right along, fellas. We got some guests coming in the future. We don't have any dates set, but we've got a lot of hits, a lot of responses, and things are looking up. You guys are it's gonna blow your fucking mind.
Yep,
You're
we
not
are
gonna
just getting
believe.
started.
Yep, you're not gonna believe who these 4 chuds all over North America have gotten.
We have 4
It's
episodes
blowing
in,
my
and who would have
mind.
even thought we've gotten so far? As far as
Right.
you guys are in for a second.
Yeah. Like I
And
grew
who
up
would have thought the
listening-
word of the day would be chud?
Hey, it's a fun
Cannibalistic
word.
humanoid underground dwellers.
Well played, sir.
Absolutely. But all right, boys, how about we take our little break and then we come back and get into this shit.
Aye, lad.
Yeah, for sure.
Win this one, and there's Nestle Quick for everyone.
Quick? Nestle Quick? So chocolatey, so rich and thick, I gotta have you, Nestle Quick! You're out! Quick!
It works every time.
Now there's a muscle creature in Nestle Quick. From Mattel, it's millions of unusual small creatures lurking everywhere. And there's one lurking free in specially marked packages of Quick while supplies last.
It certainly is a big bun.
It's a very big bun.
Big, fluffy bun.
It's a very big, fluffy bun.
Where's the beef?
Some hamburger places give you a lot less beef on a lot of bun.
Where's the beef?
At Wendy's, we serve a hamburger we modestly call a single. And Wendy's single has more beef than the Whopper or Big Mac. At Wendy's, you get more beef and less bun.
Hey, where's the beef? I don't think there's anybody back there.
You want something better. You're Wendy's kind of people.
Okay, we're back. So obviously we're going to talk about Terrifier. Now, Craig and I have watched it. Before last night, we had a little watch party, just the Geek Den boys. We took Mother's Day off from PRF Theater. And so, happy belated Mother's Day, by the way. And so, we watched Terrifier because Joe and Matt had never seen it. Now, boys, take it away.
What was yours?
Well, my first impression was I really didn't understand one bit of what was happening at any one point. And I thought I missed something because I felt like it was quite a leap from a dude that was a clown to the homicidal. Like I didn't see where I didn't see the transition as we were watching it.
Just a creepy clown.
I came to that conclusion today.
Yeah. Okay.
But at the time, I really
After a
didn't
night of
understand
mulling it over.
I did need to digest it because
Yeah.
there was a lot of different things happening in that movie, and all of them horribly violent.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that movie was not short on violence at all.
Or gore.
Or gore.
It was
Or
absolute gore
cutting
fest,
people in
and I
half
love
with
it.
a fucking hacksaw.
And not the
All
way you think.
No, not the way you think at all.
Like,
we don't want to spoil it completely.
Right. My hat goes off to Dave Thornton for a wonderful performance as Art the Clown. Sir, if you see this, my hat is off to you. Well done. You're up there now with you are up there with like
He's
Kane
up there with
Hodder
Freddy
as Jason with Kane Hodder as Jason, Robert Englund as Freddy. Who else
Tobe
was I gonna say? Toby Hooper, the wonderful director of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and a little shout out to Bill Skarsgård, Pennywise.
Yep. Bill, yes. Great Penny.
Bill, come on to the Geek Den, Bill.
Oh, shit. Yeah. If we get Pennywise, I will shit my pants on the air.
Bill Skarsgård, I'm calling
do
you
that.
out. Come to the Geek Den so James will
Matt.
shit his pants on air.
I will. I will
think
brew
he-
one up specially for that moment.
I think that might be a deal breaker. Oh, that gets his pants. That's not great.
Listen, my bathroom's less than 20 feet away. I'm good.
Contingencies. I'm great. Don't even worry about it. The other thing was I found it to be rather creative, and it ran the gamut of where and what its violent moments were. Like he never did the same thing twice, not once. And I really didn't get the impression when he used the gun that you guys got. By that time, he had developed as a character with no scruples at all. And I don't think it would have made any difference if it were a gun or a fucking trident or a magical staff or a unicorn horn. It was going to be fucking horrible.
Yep.
And I think the gun was like, he's probably thinking like, oh, what fucking miserable, treacherous, horrible thing do I have in my bag? Or this gun with 6 bullets and you're going to get them all in the face. Bam. Fuck you.
Exactly. Like when he took that last resort moment, they made it clear that it was last resort. One thing that won the movie, I will always in his facial feel like trust from using a weapon such as a gun would to destroy someone. He was not fond of that idea at all.
Yeah.
You could tell by his body language. Art the Clown was not keen on using a fucking firearm. He was very creative in his kills with, you know, other implements. Yeah, hacksaw, knives. Jesus.
I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, though, guys, because he was like 14 steps away from his bag of fucking horrible devastation. And that woman was not going anywhere. Already shot her in the leg once and she'd been stabbed 4 times. Like, this isn't fucking Marvel Comics. She's not going anywhere. And he could have went and got his fucking lightning gun or whatever the fuck he was going to use next.
Lightning gun?
I don't know. It's all I could think of on the fly. Relax.
You know,
you could have went and retrieved Mjolnir.
I would say we don't bring
Mjolnir.
Yeah. However, the fact that they use something so primitive in such a movie, like, really throws off the idea. So, as much as
don't get me wrong,
idea, it really
that was what he
really
played that well.
Yeah,
like I have that clown. There was no point was there a time where I had any question about who that clown was after my initial confusion.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Like I don't get fazed by the violence, but just the absolute fucking terror in that clown at every single moment. At no point was he not terrifying. None.
And the scariest part, he doesn't make a fucking sound.
No.
Except for that horn, and that was awesome.
Yeah. The bicycle horn. That's like that was, and that's like the scariest part of a creepy clown is when they don't fucking talk.
Yeah.
Like the fucking creepy clown craze back in 2016. Yeah, none of them fucking like, they just stood there and then sometimes chase after people.
Yeah.
Ugh, fuck that.
But like, yeah. Art the Clown though, man. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's because they're such terrible actors. Like, I think that a lot of those clown movies, the other ones could have been fine, but when you go into a clown, it's not like, oh, I'm a clown and I kill people. The dude in Terrifier nailed it. Right? Like, at no point was he fucking giving away balloon dogs, or there was no doubt nobody loved that film. No one.
Yeah.
Every single living, breathing being on Earth is terrified of him. There's no mistaking it. Like, it's a cloud of fucking evil. I'm thinking about that guy way too much.
Yeah, you're getting into this. I dig it.
But
and I'm surprised because I'm not a horror guy for that reason. I thought this movie was going to be gore for the gore's sake, and I can't deal with that.
Yeah.
And it was. I'll tell you, if you're going to be a wiener about it, sure, whatever. But this movie was not like that, in my opinion.
No. Yeah, no, definitely. It definitely.
They were so
set itself
in everything they did. You know, not the greatest acting, like for that small group of people to be doing one movie and like making this many waves in such a stubborn genre is unbelievable. Like, all we're getting right now is stupid haunted houses and dumb bullshit like that. I'm so sick of it. And like, Terrifier is just a refreshing idea that we can still be creative in horror movies, and no reason for all that nonsense.
Yep. Yeah, man. for sure, because I've always been a fan of the slasher movies.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a fan of ghost movies too, but like they're making horror movies too much about reality, and like
right,
I don't like reality. I use that stuff to escape reality.
Exactly.
Paranormal Activity, anyone?
If you want to watch shit like that, there's a show on Travel Channel called Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
Okay, watch that. Okay,
And
you want to see bullshit about ghosts? Watch Ghost Adventures.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
I think the acting
Oh,
is,
bro, so cold, bro. So cold, bro.
Yeah.
if the acting is that criticized, I gotta say that's not a fair criticism of this movie at all. Because, and here's my point: we talked about Mortal Kombat, right?
Yeah.
There's more terrible, awkward dialogue in that new Mortal Kombat movie than there was in Terrifier, all day. Even the bad stuff, like it wasn't the actor's fault about the dialogue. And they made some pretty bad dialogue, in some cases, really fucking good. I was impressed with all the actors in this movie.
Yeah, everyone did a great job. And that is one of the biggest gripes is like, oh, the acting is bad. But like, where the hell did we get that in horror? Like, where did we get far off from origins, horror?
Yeah. You're not tuning into a fucking horror movie to watch Academy Award worthy caliber acting. You're tuning in for a fucking scare and a thrill and to be entertained.
Exactly. And people were, they remember names like Jamie Lee Curtis, like obviously iconic, but there's so much more.
You're right.
There's so much more going on in that genre that people are just ignoring completely. And it's all because they don't get it. It's something I'll never understand.
If the criticism is that the show doesn't have Jamie Lee Curtis, well then I don't know. I give that 2 go get fucked because I'm not.
Exactly. But
I'll second that.
It's just refreshing to see something so simple from the underdogs of horror, like making so many waves. I mean, it is really it's probably the most anticipated horror movie coming is Terrifier.
Yeah,
I believe
just as angry about that because it's perfect. Take your time.
I'm sorry, but not content creators, creators of any kind don't owe a fan a goddamn thing.
Nope.
You're goddamn right.
If it's going to take you 10 years to make your thing, make your thing.
Yep.
I don't want to be the guy that made you make something you're not happy with.
It's like Tool fans, man, getting all bent out of shape about their new album. It's like, yeah, I was like that too at one point, but I quit waiting for it after 4 years because I know how they are.
And then when it comes,
it's
the greatest fucking day in the world.
You don't know the editing process. You know what I mean? Like this stuff takes time. Like not everything directly Netflix. You know what I mean? Like these things take time. Everybody needs to calm down with that kind of stuff.
The movies that are rushed.
That aspect.
Exactly. The movies that are rushed that people like, when people rush movies, they end up campy, cheesy, and absolute dog shit.
Exactly. And then the movies that take years done by Michael Bay and absolute bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
Then it's a different complaint. And it's this is what you wanted. You wanted it rushed.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think that we won't get into it now because we're talking about Terrifier, but I think that's one of the things that bothered me most about Game of Thrones is you wanted it, right? Like,
now people are bitching about it.
Well, and still, but I digress. Like, you can't lean into a creator that hard and expect solid gold. It's just, you don't do anything under pressure. You just don't. And I mean, maybe I can't say that. There are people who've produced wonderfully under pressure, but it's not going to happen every single time.
Exactly. Yeah, no. And like they are so, like, everybody involved with that movie so involved with their fans. Like, how could you not give them the gratitude of saying take your time? What I don't understand.
And they're all fairly new. And they're all fairly new to the game. Yeah. So they need to take their time. They need to perfect their craft.
it's not a one movie, right? Clearly,
Right.
That's not what this is about, and that's not their game. So what you've got to do is let them establish their fans. Like they're not gonna, and then the fans got to understand that too, right?
Yeah.
They're not. They can't just go to one convention. They've got to go out and they've got to make sure people know that name. They've got to do the panels. They've got to do the signings and all that stuff. They know that, but the fans won't forgive them for it. It's like, oh, what do you mean you're doing it for 9 months? Well, I have to. This is a big fucking country. Get the fuck out of here.
Right. Exactly. Like it's a respect thing. You know,
especially in this day and age. Like the glamour of movies is gone. Like there's no releases, there's no nothing. It's straight video, and like everybody's doing what they can to make their money, and they deserve it because they worked really hard to do it. It may take 5 seconds to download it, but you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
100%.
It was the same. Yeah. It's kind of the same with when you look at Halloween 3 is a really good example. People trash talk it all the time. Me, the movie is absolute genius. He said, "Fuck you! I'm taking the main character that everybody loves out of this. You're still probably gonna watch it." It didn't bomb completely, so he proved his point. The movie is iconic to certain people. You're never gonna be a fan that it was a lot of the art. I'll always be dedicated to that entire series, number 3, because it was so different and refreshing. I mean, it wasn't Michael Myers chasing someone along.
Yeah.
Well, the original plan with the Halloween movies, Michael Myers wasn't even the guy. Like he was just a shape.
Yeah.
He was called the Shape in the first one. He wasn't even Michael Myers.
Yeah, he was just
he wasn't
like a side.
Exactly. It was supposed to be like an anthology series, but movies.
Yeah.
They were all supposed to be different. But they were going to be Halloween.
Well, we could still talk about that because it's the origins of Art the Clown, you know, like All Hallows Eve, movies like that. They kind of really wanted to take Halloween, but he felt trapped because he'd created this thing.
And that's Michael Myers ended up becoming the iconic image that he is.
He doesn't. I'm sure he don't regret it for a second, but like,
right,
the point he was trying to make.
Exactly.
Can't make. You certainly can make 10 movies about one focused killer, but how many times are you gonna?
Yeah, how many times are you gonna beat that dead horse?
Oh God.
Oh wait.
Well, we dropped an atom bomb on him, and Cells came back and reformed, and now he's back.
Fucking tied him to the.
How many Jason movies are there?
Asteroid crashed into the sun, but then some fucking witch cast a spell, and he came out of the fucking Crystal Lake again all of a sudden, and that's fucking Friday the 19th, whatever.
Friday.
Pretty much like, and like
Jason
I feel bad
goes
for
to
those
fucking
guys
South
because
Milwaukee.
Nobody should be a one character. Right? I mean, a lot of them aren't done much better things. They're stuck on that.
Yeah,
like Wes Craven with Freddy.
Those two were terrible though. Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street were absolute dog shit.
Like, I love those fucking movies, man.
No way. Ugh. 80s
Freddy's my
horror
jam.
Dog shit.
I agree, but I love it.
I like Freddy. It's okay. We're good.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm in a corner.
Got the hockey mask.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's fucking badass. Oh, nice. He's got a plush Jason. Oh
no, it's just a mask.
No, yo.
Oh, that's creepily adorable.
I've got a little mini Doc Brown over on my shelf.
Awesome. That's fucking cool.
No, I can see where you're coming from because it's not my favorite of this series. I love Nightmare on Elm Street, but like,
I think what I'm going for is to get everyone to hate me on the internet. Every time I say something, Like, well, I don't think he knows what he's talking about. Well, one, fair appraisal, and two, I just can't keep my mouth shut.
No, you can't.
No.
You know what's funny is I'm the one in Facebook jail.
I just made it 21 days. Woo!
Yeah,
No,
you better knock on something.
I will easily respect anyone's opinion about movies.
Yeah.
People are.
Yeah, no, I
passionate
like
about
to
that
form
kind
my own opinion,
Yeah.
especially with horror movies, because it's like, unless I know for a fact that I'm not gonna like it. Like, there's certain horror that I just don't like.
Absolutely, there's a lot of horror I don't like. There is a ton of horror I don't like.
Yeah, I'm more of a blood and guts zombie kind of guy. I like vampire movies to a point, but I'm more of a werewolf fan because they rip people apart, and I like seeing people get ripped apart for whatever fucking reason. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm a sadist, I guess. But
there's a horror movie on and there's too much following along going on. I tend to not get interested.
And so, yeah, exactly. Like, it takes a
Ever
while to
since
get
I was a
into
little
the dialogue.
Yep. There's always had to be monster in everything. Like, if it wasn't monster, it was interesting. Even with ninja, they were monsters, so I was interested. Like,
well, fucking monsters are cool. I think that I thought that you mentioned Terrifier and we were going to watch it. That I think what I was really expecting was a clown movie. I was hoping against hope that that's not what it was, and I think I have to say out loud that it absolutely wasn't, because I'm still seeing that dude's mouth and it's really bothering me.
Yeah. A lot of people lump that in with clown movies today. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. It's not a clown movie. It's
don't buy it. It's a fucking movie. That already, right off the bat, not one part of it's real, right? Or it wouldn't be a movie. It'd be happening in real fucking life. So get out of here. And second, there is so much garbage out there that having something that just gets, what do I want to call it without sounding mean, absolutely bananas, like this movie, where when you said that the director was doing all those effects himself, that blew my mind. Not because I know what something would look like for real. I've never seen anything like that in real life, so I have no reality comparison, but it wasn't so over the top that I was like, yeah, that's not what that is.
Yeah, no, it was very, very realistic for what it was.
I was convinced. It was.
That's what I mean. Like, they took the gore level, they took it over the top, not make it unbelievable.
Yeah, well, and without it being a Mortal Kombat type thing. I mean, it was approached it at times, absolutely, but logistically speaking, it was nothing. That was bizarre. I don't know what to call it. I'm out of words.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other description for it, but it's iconic already. I know I said before, like, I'm not into, like, say Halloween 25, Michael Myers retires finally, but I could make a million and one Art the Clown movies. Ever since I could do it.
Yeah, All Hallows Eve is another one you guys got to watch. Like, it's
an actor,
kind of
the present.
It's a different actor, but it's the same character.
Yeah, and I can safely say that, like, the character was there, but it was not developed.
David Howard Thornton definitely set Art the Clown in stuff.
Absolutely.
Oh, 100%. I think, do you know what I really think gives horror films perhaps less popularity than they deserve? Is barring a really fantastic one for the fear factor, you can only watch it once.
Yeah.
And then after that, I mean, it's still a great movie after that, or not, whatever. But you don't get that. You can't ever duplicate that first time.
Yeah.
And that's not a problem with any other genre. because you're not watching those other movies for this reason. Like, it's such a rare thing to feel at that level of terror is something reserved for real life.
Yep.
In most cases. And to feel that in a movie, and you're only going to get it once. Like, if I watch that again, he's still going to be scary, but that not like it was last night.
Yeah.
Well,
but
like
time,
last night was the second time I watched it, so I kind of understand what you're saying there.
You get over the scariness easily, but I don't think you ever really get over the uneasiness of being there. Like,
yeah, that's true. He is an
something
unsettling
about your mind that makes it very real. It's not just something like that. As drastic as they made it seem like so pop that when you think about it, someone really could be that damaged or deranged.
Yeah, absolutely.
Took it to a level where you say, well, maybe.
Well, and that's the thing, is it's as crazy as it was. Sadly, it's not like, oh my God, a human's capable. That the thought never crossed my mind that a person could not possibly do this last night. Like, it's unfortunately entirely within the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
And that does make it scary.
Yeah. But so we got about 6.5 minutes. Joe, you've been off quiet over there. Let's hear some of your thoughts about this movie.
I'm sorry, buddy.
No, you're good.
Matty.
Been shot out of a cannon.
That's the whole point. Like, that's the whole thing. They've seen.
You can always carry
already.
this on after the next break if you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. You can come back.
Do we want to take
that movie
a quick commercial break?
I'm here all week, guys.
Yeah, we can cut to a commercial now if you want, and then come back.
Yeah, we can.
I'll be here all week. Be sure to tip your waitress.
I'm totally cutting you off again, Joe. I'm such a rotten bastard.
Fucking.
Hey, Joe, what do you think? Oh, Matt won't shut the fuck up. Blah blah blah.
I think, and let me tell you something else about this fucking clown. I kid because I love you, buddy. I love you.
Nothing but net. Nothing but net.
That was fucking good.
Can't even be angry. That was such a good shit. Like, I dig it.
All right, boys. Let's take a little break here. Refill our drinks.
Yep.
Have a smoke.
Yep.
We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. Wherever I go, he goes. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. My buddy and me. Kiss sister, kiss sister, kiss sister. Wherever I go, you're gonna go. Kiss sister, kiss sister, kiss sister, kiss sister and me.
My Buddy and Kid Sister. Each sold separately from Play School.
Steve! Frank! John, come on! Fred! Mario! Tommy! Mike! Patrick, come on! Scott! Wait a minute, I got Johnny! Come on! Guess that leaves Albert. Hey, he's your kid, brother. You take him. Get him this time. Come on, Albert.
At Canadian Tire, we carry the best names in hockey. Bauer, Cooper, CCM, Jaffa, and Coho. But good equipment is only a beginning. How far you go depends on you.
I sure wish we had a guy like Albert.
Yeah.
All right, we're back. All right, Joe.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Terrifier?
All right. Well,
couldn't get off of it.
Yeah, I know. Once you start that snowball rolling down the hill, it just gets bigger and bigger until it crushes the entire town. I'm kidding.
Right.
Okay. So I'll be honest, I haven't watched a horror movie in a long time, like a legit horror movie, and it was cool watching it with you guys last night. But like, Terrifier was, how do I put this? It was good. I mean, like I said earlier, we don't tune into these things for the Academy Award caliber acting.
Yeah.
We tune into these things to get a scare, thrill, and just be entertained. And I was thoroughly entertained, but my God, was I taken aback at times. I think like the beginning when burn victim Betty, as I so eloquently, affectionately referred to her as, gouged out that gal's eyes. I don't want to spoil too much, you know, but I mean, just kind of like go by the points. He didn't do a whole lot of shit that I expected a fucking clown to do. Like, it was like you were saying, Matt, you know, like not built, you know, balloon animals or fucking, you know, pull.
Yeah, there's no.
By the way,
here we go again. Here we go.
There's
Go
no
back to
alter ego or
PRF
persona.
theater. I'm still pulling that
going.
fucking cloth out.
Gabby,
Yeah.
Johnny, you guys
Still,
remember?
Johnny, Gabs, it's still going. If you see this.
Damn.
Lots.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
And
knew
there
this.
they go.
Yeah. I knew this dude was bad news as soon as he popped up. This is an evil-looking clown. What the fuck else was he gonna do? Like save an orphanage, a burning orphanage full of children? Come on.
Like the way they
One can hope.
He's an evil clown, but he's so much more beyond like what you would evil clown. Like Killjoy out. You know, there's Pennywise the clown out there. There's countless other. There was that 31 movie, but none of them hit as hard as a clown that didn't speak.
That's what was the most unsettling thing about Art the Clown is he didn't say a fucking word.
Yeah.
He didn't even cry out in pain
volumes.
when he was attacked.
Mm-hmm.
No. It was all facial expression.
Yeah. And David Howard Thornton gets all the credit for that, for conveying all of that just through his actions. Kudos to him. Kudos.
Yeah.
I haven't been that unsettled by a clown since The Dark Knight.
Damn.
And that's a high compliment right there.
Yeah.
It is.
But, yeah. Art the Clown, man. Like, just such a great character.
It is. It's an iconic character, like I said, because it's a mask off.
Yeah.
This is a career-defining performance for this actor, and I hope he gets the recognition and props, you know, his propers he deserves, and I hope he goes places with his career because of this.
Absolutely.
You know, this is good. This has already got a cult fucking status behind it, a cult following. Just based on the way you guys talk about it. Craig, you're the horror aficionado in this group. and like, you won't shut up about it, which I love, by the way. You know, like, you're like, Terrifier, dude. And like, all right, let me see Terrifier. Like, holy shit. Wow.
Well, now he knows we've seen it, so he can't beat us up anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Now we got to get the rest.
It's been a rough week.
I
Have
like
you seen
it.
Terrifier
I
yet?
really
No.
like it.
Wham!
Let me tell you something about this fucking clown. Sorry. All right. Yeah. Okay. I've already treaded that fucking little kiddie pool. Okay. Moving on. I really like this. Yeah. I really like this movie. And I'd watch it again down the road, you know, like, I don't want to. He was so creative with his fucking kills is what was another impressive thing about him. And like when he had her bound to that chair and you didn't know what to expect. Like James and Craig, you both said, oh, it's not what you expect. My God, it was not what I fucking expected.
No.
Not in a million years.
Movie is chock full of it. You think you know what's gonna happen, but then here you go. This happens. And you realize, okay, you're just gonna fuck with my head.
And
Okay.
everyone agrees that was the refresher we needed. You know, watching him play with a hacksaw is saving horror. You know, like this is what people want. We don't want stupid-ass Jordan Peele movies. You know what I mean? Like, if you're true to the blood horror, you don't want any of that stuff, and it's kind of ruining it.
So, staying on horror, but veering off Terrifier, if you don't mind. Are we cool? All right. I think we've all made our opinions known of this movie. It's a great fucking movie. Yeah. Great fucking movie.
I give it too much metal. Not one double horn, but I give it too much metal.
Anybody from that movie's watching this, we would love to have any of you on this show. Any and all.
Absolutely. David Thornton, for sure. Okay, so horror. Oh, crap. I forgot what I was going to But while we're on clowns, okay. One clown I've always liked in horror movies was Captain Spaulding.
Ah. Yeah. Okay. No, that is like he's a fucking character, Jesus Christ.
Now, I didn't watch any of Sid Haig's stuff before House of a Thousand Corpses until after I saw those movies. I love that guy.
May he rest in peace.
May he rest in peace, absolutely. But
unknown but iconic.
Yeah, definitely iconic. Like I have a couple of his shirts, you know, just tasted damn good. I had a thought in my head. I can't remember where I was going with that originally. That bums me out.
I was a big fan of House of a Thousand Corpses, especially when it first came out. I saw that movie like 5 years. It's ridiculous. It was, to me, it was defining too. And I know everybody says it's like but you're fucking wrong, because it ain't. It's like something. He took something and the word ripoff in horror movies is unheard of.
It gets thrown around.
Everybody is doing what everyone else is. You know, it's I can say homage.
It was only one corpse better than the House of 999 Corpses. So there's that.
Point taken.
Damn.
Well fucking played, sir. My hat goes off to you.
But that movie really set the tone for what to expect from Rob Zombie. You're gonna get blood, you're gonna get guts.
Yep.
But how, you don't know. I mean, you have a rough idea, but you're just not exactly sure when it's coming.
Oh yeah.
But when it comes, it doesn't stop.
No.
And he's kind of a cerebral dude too.
Yeah, he
Absolutely.
takes like
totally fucks with your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, he takes like an innocent moment and turns it into something.
Jesus, he turns it into Jesus fucking Christ. What the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
And like, you know, that was kind of unheard of too, because like even in Texas Chainsaw, you knew who was gonna do what. You know, it was kind of the same in this movie, like the way they played the characters off, the way they fooled everyone into getting them in the house. It was, it was iconic. It was.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
I don't care what anybody says. They are all great characters. The movie was well written for what it was, because he wasn't trying to make $1 million movie. He was trying to do what he loved.
Yep.
It was a passion project.
Now, exactly. Like what we're doing here.
Exactly.
But now, Craig, did you see the original cut
of House of a Thousand
Corpses? Yeah.
What do you mean, like original? 2004.
Not what came out in like the wide release that came out in theaters in 2003. The one when it was originally released, because he recorded that, he made that movie in 2000.
Yeah. No, I have not seen it.
Okay, because I think there's only a few copies of the director's cut out there, and it's very hard to find. And so, Rob Zombie, we beg of you, release a director's cut, please. If you can, if it's at all in your power.
Yeah, don't listen.
If the studios don't have you by the balls.
Go ahead.
Universal, get that shit up.
Yes. Oh, great and powerful Mr. Zombie. Director's cut of House of a Thousand Corpses, please.
Love your work.
I
Do
love
a kickflip.
Do a kickflip.
In joke. All right.
Yeah.
So before we got to recording here, we were talking about what we were going to talk about. And we got Ray Rocket coming in tomorrow night to talk with us. Matt won't be able to join us, unfortunately, because he's got school obligations.
I'll be here in spirit.
Hey. Yep, you absolutely will be.
You'll be here.
Like I said earlier, we got our friend Bridget joining us, kind of filling in for the Mad Mage.
Yep.
Kind of big shoes to fill.
And she's bringing Popeye.
Yeah, if anyone wants to do it, it's her. She's bringing something.
What? We went over this.
But we were talking a little bit. We got on the subject of death metal a little bit before Matt jumped on anyway.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Cannibal Corpse and Chris Barnes, the original vocalist, and how he was in Ace Ventura.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I was talking about how I was a Chris Barnes fan, and Ace Ventura was kind of the movie that I do that shit at shows, Craig. Especially metal shows. It's the most fun. But death metal, to me, it's an acquired taste.
It is.
Like Joe was saying how he never really got into it, and I can understand why. I absolutely could. But that's why I like Chris Barnes, because you can understand him. To a point,
yeah.
I guess. Like, if you really listen, you can hear what he's saying. But a lot of these guys, you literally just hear vocalizations. And
yeah, it's like
it's all guttural.
Yeah. And that's literally all you hear.
I'm sorry, I could just take you. I could just take you. Yeah, like my whole thought process was with like certain bands in that, like that, with the whole caveman sound. I was like, I could just take you out of the equation and listen to the music. I'd be cool with that too.
Oh yeah.
But if I can understand you and like listen to your lyrics and stuff like that, like, oh, okay, then I can enjoy this more. Like what I sound kind of like a snob right now, but because maybe that was their intention, was to sound like that caveman. Yeah, that's my opinion.
I completely I agree with you to a point. I still listen to that shit because I'm a goober. But
well, it doesn't. It's all in how it hits you, man. Like, it's not like it's hard to. Sometimes it's hard to say that this song that gets everybody this way just doesn't fucking snag me at all. Because there is some death metal that just grabs me by the collar and drags me, right? Like it just has that ability, and lots of music does it. But there's lots, of course, like Joe says, where no, most of the time it doesn't.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, I know we're punks and shit, and like that's how we all met, punk groups and stuff. But we all like other stuff. Obviously.
Yeah, we're all kind of pretty far beyond.
Yeah, like
pretty like Hamilton.
Matt's Hamilton. But no, like death metal was a big part of me growing up. Like I played in death metal bands. It was fun. And I filled in on vocals for death metal bands because all I literally had to do was scream and growl. I didn't know any of the words. I just vocalized. And it worked.
Nice.
People loved it.
That's awesome. I dig it.
And get this, we were playing in a head.
You got the gig, dude.
We were playing in a head shop too, so I was like telling people to fuck shit up, but I was like, but not that stuff over there. It's expensive.
Yeah.
Shut up, but stay away from the counter. It's very expensive bombs and water pipes.
They were too, man. They were all hand blown.
Yeah.
And, they're irreplaceable. Like.
Yes.
And we were also talking about Slipknot a little bit and how they kind of had some punk roots. And so let's touch a little more on that if we can. Like, what were you saying, Joe?
Like Corey Taylor, when he was growing up, he was talking about in an interview he did one time how he was just this little punk metal kid from bumfuck Des Moines, Iowa, something like that. That was that formed and shaped him as a teenager, because he was also talking about experimented with like drugs and alcohol, and we've all had a capricious youth in one way or another. But it informed the sound of Slipknot in their early days. You can hear a little bit of everything on that first Slipknot record. I cite the song "Sick," for example. Like that's like metal, punk, and a few other things thrown into a blender, hit puree, and then served to all the maggots.
Yeah. And then there's stuff like Eeyore that just like kind of is like a thing going through everything, just bombarding you, you know.
And Scissors, that's another one. That one's just kind of all over the place.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that's why they're one of the like more mainstream metal bands that I like, because they are so like over the place. You never know what you're gonna expect from them. Even through all these years where like they're, you know, have their fan base and everybody's crazy over them, but they always just hit kind of just right metally for me, because they shared the same kind of anger I had that I looked for metal. I mean, like they were more my
the song that hooked me. The song for me with Slipknot was Surfacing.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the first time I heard that chorus, fuck it all, fuck this world, fuck everything that you stand for, I was like, oh, these guys mean business.
Yeah.
And then I saw the cover and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And my sister goes, yeah, they're all in the band. And I was like, what? Counting heads. I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Why do you need so many people? And then, but you hear everything. You hear it all. And it's just.
You do. They all have such a vital role in that band. Like, even if it's something
absolutely
on a trash can.
They're my favorite 14-piece band.
What's that?
They're my favorite 14-piece band. All day. There's no one better.
Touche, my friend.
They're great. They are good. They are very good. They were one of the bands that I could say I've literally listened to since they started.
Yeah.
Because I remember the first album came out after they did Ozfest in '99.
Yeah, because
that was actually when they hit it big.
Ooh.
Yeah. Excuse me. Mate, feed, kill, repeat. Yeah. That was their original release before the self-titled debut.
Yeah, and if you were a teen in the mid '90s, you were likely to have heard that, but most of us started on self-titled.
Yeah.
Yep. But like, yeah, my sister, like Mom, we only played it when Mom was taking a nap on a road trip, or like if it was just me and my sister in the car.
Yeah.
Because my mom is very Christian,
Yeah.
And so that many F words in one song, you might as well just drive the car off a goddamn bridge.
Right.
And hope for the best, because nothing can prepare you for the wrath of Bonnie Sue Young. Master Sergeant Bonnie Sue Young, retired.
Yeah. Sergeant.
There's only one thing I will say that Corey Taylor really needs to stop trying to be the next Tommy Lee and go back.
You talking about his solo career?
Not a fan. Not a fan at all.
Same.
Does he go by his name? Does he go?
CMFT is the name of his album.
Yeah.
Corey motherfucking Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he going? Okay, so is he going by his name, Corey Taylor?
I don't know. I
He's
don't
not,
follow his
it's
solo
not,
shit.
It's not Stone Sour.
No,
it's not Stone Sour.
It's his own solo stuff.
Oh well.
I don't know if it's CMFT that he's calling it or Corey Taylor, but I don't like it, so I'm not gonna listen to it.
I heard a song. I don't know what it was called, but I heard it. I was like, oh, this is garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is produced. Modern rock radio garbage.
Exactly, and that's what he kind of turned that into. Like that whole thing, like I said, it was totally a Tommy Lee moment, and like it's very self-absorbed, lame to me.
He's got such a
that's
good
why I was never
fucking
really a big
voice.
Tommy Lee fan.
Yeah, well, in Tommy Lee's early days, to be fair, he was a hell of a drummer. When they were starving artists,
I would never.
they ruled, and then they made all that money, and then they just fucked right off.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not one to discount anybody's talent. Tommy Lee definitely had it.
Oh yeah, he totally.
He still does. He's still a hell of a drummer.
Oh my God, yes.
But the image,
his attitude and image is what kills it. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like Fred Durst and Rock had a baby.
Fuck him.
Fuck both of them. Especially Fred Durst.
Yeah.
Crash.
You are not welcome on this show, buddy.
I wouldn't say no to that. I'm just going to be here for a couple minutes, bud. I don't care what you did it all for, but you can get the fuck out of here. Bye.
Yeah, that would be.
You've only told me 50,000 times, and I've heard you speak way too much.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't go all Rick life on us and try to beat us up either, buddy. We're watching.
Do your worst.
Oh, go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I was in high school at the time when Limp Bizkit was fucking huge, and there were so many jackasses at my school that, emulated that fucking look and that attitude of Fred Durst.
Same.
Yep.
It made me physically ill.
Yep.
You just reminded me something, Joe.
What's up?
God.
Between Limp Bizkit and there was a real big Kid Rock song when I was in high school.
Ball with the ball.
Nailed it. Oh my God. Limp Bizkit and that Kid Rock track over and over. It was horrible.
Those two, they really killed the new metal movement.
They killed something.
So much. They
just hit me in the head with a
bands like
sledgehammer,
Cold
please.
Chamber to crap.
Yeah.
During that era. You
Crap
know what I mean?
metal.
And like
rap metal? You mean crap metal?
Yeah.
Although not really a rap metal band, but they kind of are. Korn.
Give it to them.
Yeah.
I will
They're
give
more
it
of a
to
scat
them
metal
in the
band.
fact that I was
Scat
15.
metal, yeah.
I was mad, and they were doing me a lot better good in the world than Marilyn Manson was. That's what I'll give.
Fuck that guy too.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, he who shall not be named.
Fucking scumbag. I mean, it was obvious, I guess, but hey.
Yeah.
Well, we got confirmation now. Yeah.
We could definitely go on that subject forever, but yeah, if you didn't see that coming, you're a damn fool. It's simple as that.
I definitely did.
That's one of those writing on the wall kind of things.
Yeah. If you lived in the era of the Mansonite and you don't know that kind of stuff, that everything.
One of those bands that came out of that scene, though, that I really like and respect is the Deftones.
Oh, absolutely.
I love the Deftones.
If everybody would have sounded like the Deftones, that movie made itself.
My Own Summer, man. That track.
Dude. Back to School. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Those two songs live. Have you ever seen the Deftones? Anybody?
No.
Yep.
I had a chance to one time and fucking missed it.
I caught them in 2006 on the Taste of Chaos tour. They were the headliners, and I caught them in Camden, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I only went for the Deftones. I didn't know who else was on the bill, and it ended up being a pretty good lineup. And like all bands that I really liked, like Atreyu, when they were like towards the tail end of them being good, you know. And
oh, gotcha.
Like their third album had just came out, and so it was them. As I Lay Dying, Thrice played that show. I'm trying to think of who else. There's a bunch of great bands, but Story of the Year was on that bill as well. And but then the Deftones hit the stage.
When I first heard
Funeral for a
Deftones,
Friend was there too. Sorry.
I first heard 7 Words, and that song just like really sparked something in a Super Tones fan for a while. Like, well, everybody was doing Korn, I was doing Deftones for the longest time.
Yeah.
Because they hit so hard. That still to this day, like no matter how much they change, they hit so hard in whatever they do.
Yeah. They're good. Chino's got a great voice. And rest in peace, Chi Chang.
Yeah.
One of the greatest bassists in, you know.
Yeah.
That dude could story there.
That dude could fucking slap, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was fortunate enough to see him play. So I consider that a gift.
Yeah.
Amen.
He was, and the shit he would do on stage, man. Like he would toss that bass around like it was nothing. And I've never seen anybody just fling a bass and flawlessly and just catch it and go right back to doing nuts.
Say, Mike Herrera from MXPX could do a lot of cool shit with his bass too. He was doing that at the Warped Tour in 05, throwing it up in the air.
Yeah, he would like fling it around,
sling it around him. Yeah, dude, so fucking.
I used to do that with my guitars.
That takes a little practice, I think. Does it?
And duct tape, lots of duct tape.
Yeah.
I almost gave myself a concussion practicing that one time, and it was rough. I knocked myself silly for a little bit. But yeah, we've got our little 10-minute warning coming up on the screen here, so we've covered a lot of ground tonight, gentlemen.
We have. We have covered a lot of ground, but not a lot of subjects. So,
yeah, no.
So you better tune in.
It's all good.
Watching.
Yep. Keep on watching. We got a lot more to talk about.
Absolutely. A lot more coming.
That's how. Yeah, a lot more coming. Like tomorrow night, we got Ray Rocket coming in.
Oh my God.
I grew up listening to that man play guitar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's insane.
I was a little late to the TBR party, but I'm so glad I fucking attended.
Yeah, I think I found them about 08, I think.
That was primo high school for me. I just started. Sophomore year it would have been for me, 2003 when their first album came out.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was like prime time. 15-year-old James. I had just started a band. You know what I mean? We just played our first show. We were playing that style of music. Coincidentally.
Yeah.
So, Society's Downfall. Shout out Zach Spots. But sorry.
What's up, Zach?
Yeah, my tattoo artist, best friend, Suburban Downgrade, lead vocalist. But yeah, we got Ray Rocket coming. Yep, absolutely. Silver Shamrock Tattoo, Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. Ray Rocket tomorrow. Matt sadly has school obligations, so our friend Bridget will be sitting in with us.
Yep.
And yeah, it's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a
Bridget.
good conversation, I feel.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Haha, you don't Popeye either.
Yep, she's gonna give us her opinion on that. I hope.
Oh, she'll crush it. She's awesome.
No,
just you wait.
Yeah, she's a good person.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she is good people.
But all right, guys, we're signing off here tonight. Until next time, Mad Mage. You guys, we'll see you next time.
From G.I. Joe out.
Surly. Oh.
Greasy spoons.
Good night, John boy.